What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Q&A video. This is going to be Q&A 16. So let's go ahead and get this rolling. No bullshit, nothing like that. Let's go straight into it. So, tournament plays. Number one, when is the 16th Q&A? Right now. I love these type of questions from him. Alright, so Zaid. Number two, do you think Tom Holland could be an awesome Spider-Man 2099 or Spider-Man Unlimited if that awesome TV show became a movie? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Ever since Homecoming and Far From Home, I've been just kind of been disliking the actor. So it's really hard for me to sometimes, like honestly, I don't want him in another Spider-Man role. I want him to do his Peter Parker role, and then I want him to leave. I really don't want to see him anymore after that, because I can just tell by looking at him that, this is not a guy that really cared or knew about Spider-Man, like, for example, the way I did. So, yeah. So, maybe. So, my answer to that question is maybe, but I don't know. But, alright, anyway, let's move on to number 3. Have you seen all the Harry Potter movies? No, I haven't seen all the Harry Potter movies. I've seen a few, but I didn't even see the last 2 that they did. I don't know. I just stopped watching after I saw that giant spider start talking. I was like, time to go. That kind of freaked me out as a kid, though. Number 4, which Spider-Man costume from the comics do you wish to wear in real life and why? Now, this was actually a pretty tough question because I actually, I'm not sure. I had to actually sit down and think about this one. I decided to play it safe, and I answered the symbiote suit. And the reason why is because that's as close to being Spider-Man as I could get. I mean, look at Flash Thompson in the comics. I mean, he's kind of like Spider-Man already. He's just got except he's more than that. He's got like the tendrils and stuff. So yeah, the symbiote suit, because it's the closest I could ever get to being Spider-Man. Number 5, if you were back in high school, would you wish that there was a Spider-Man play where you get to play as Peter Parker or Spider-Man? Yes, of course. I mean, I'm pretty sure that when I was in high school, if they were doing a Spider-Man play, they would just walk into my whatever classroom I was in. They would just hand me the script, and they'd see you at 7 p.m. tonight. And then I'd be like, okay. So yeah, I would expect that kind of level of treatment because I'm whatever. Okay, I got a lot of questions. So we got like 21 questions. So I'm trying to not trying to rush, but I am trying to get through these as nicely and paceful as possible. Number 6, have you ever seen the new episodes for Marvel Spider-Man Season 3, Maximum Venom? No. I couldn't finish Season 1. It was not happening. After I stopped reviewing the show, I was not watching the show no more. It was not happening. I thought about it, maybe I could at least watch some clips, but I was like, no, I'm not watching it. I don't want to watch it. It just completely lost me after like I said, as soon as I was done reviewing the show, I was done watching the show. I gave that show a fair chance, and I couldn't even get through Season 1. That's how bad it was. Alright, let's move on. So number 7, if you had a voice acting career, which characters would you love to voice act and why? Okay, so this was a tough one. Because I think Zeta ended up giving me about 5 examples of what he would give. And this was a tough one for me. I ended up playing it kind of safe with 3 options, but the other 2, I think I actually added a bit. I thought about a bit more, just based off of the fact that I like the character and I would like to try to give a good impression or impersonation of them. So obviously, my first one would be Spider-Man. I love the voice act Spider-Man. I would love to do that for a fan film, a fan cartoon, movie, whatever. I would love to try that out. I would love to give that a chance. Superman, I love Superman. I would love to be Superman just for the chance to get the opportunity to bulk up and try to get to that Henry Cavill status. And then Batman. Who doesn't want to play as Batman? I mean, come on. And then this is when I started, thinking about it more. Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Now, when I think of Snake, I think of, because there's two Snakes. There's two Snakes that I'm thinking that I would want to voice act or play as. And it would have to be between Snake, Solid Snake, and Snake, like Naked Snake from Metal Gear Solid 3, and Big Boss. So like be between like Big Boss and like Solid Snake. It would be between those two. I would play them both just because I really like both of them. It's really hard for me to say which one I like more over the other one. But yeah. And then another one that I picked was Chris Redfield. I love Chris Redfield from Resident Evil. I'd love to try his voice acting out. I'd try to do my best Roger Craig Smith impersonation. And then Nathan Drake. I would love to give Nathan Drake a try. Even though that the video game series is basically over. I know a lot of people keep talking about the movie or whatever, Tom Holland, for example. But, I would want to give it a try. I thought Nathan Fillion because he did like a little fan-made thing. It was like 15 minutes. And I was like, there's no way you can top that. Like, that was exactly what I would imagine from a movie or like a little film of like Uncharted. So it's really hard, I feel like, to really get that character. And I thought Nathan Fillion did pitch perfect job. Alright, so let's move on. Number 8. What do you think of Sony's Spider-Man universe official name? It is called the Sony's Universe of Marvel Characters. It's fine. I didn't hear that news. I didn't hear anything about that. I've been kind of out of it. Like, I haven't really been paying attention to stuff like that since the end of the MCU with the Endgame. I bet people are screaming at me right now. It's not the end of the MCU, Mike. We're on Phase 4 now. Well, for me, it was the end. I don't really want to pay attention to it anymore. And if I do, it's for the Spider-Man stuff. That's it. And you guys know why. Number 9. What do you think of the title for the third MCU Spider-Man film? It is called Spider-Man Home Run. Spider-Man Home Run, huh? That sounds stupid. Here's the thing. The only creative thing with that series was like, hey guys, let's just keep adding the word home in every single movie. Why? Like I don't understand. If you're willing to put that much dedication into a title of a film, why couldn't you do that for the actual movie? I'm just saying. Well, what do you mean Spider-Man Home Run? He's fucked. His life is over. Like, I don't think people understand this. It was so bad. Like, and this is why I always bring up Civil War, the comics. It was so bad that his Aunt May got shot. He had to go down to the devil himself and beg him to erase everyone's memory that he was Spider-Man. And in exchange, he took Peter and MJ's marriage. Like, I don't think people understand how much of a big no-no his identity getting released to the world was. It was a big no-no. So, it's home run my ass. Who's gonna get the home run? The villains? Because it doesn't even really make sense. What is the final fight gonna be? At a baseball field? I mean, because that's the only logical conclusion I can come up with that. I don't know, but let's move on. This is not about Spider-Man. This is not about that movie. Number 10. What do you think of the Robert Pattinson saying that he will not work out for the Batman movie? That is stupid, and he is selfish for that. If someone said to me, Mike, you're gonna play Batman, you're gonna be Batman for the next movie, I'd be like, what? Shit. And I immediately start running, start doing push-ups, sit-ups. I'd be going through the whole gym. I'd be doing all the exercises, even if I thought they were stupid. Like, you need to have muscles everywhere. You need to have muscles on your muscles. like you gotta bulk up. You gotta at least, and I know a lot of people say, well, what about Christian Bale? Christian Bale worked out for when he played as Batman. Now, was he as bulk as, like, for example, you know, Ben Affleck? No. But, you know, it's the idea that you're getting in shape for the role. You're actually trying to look the part. You know, because if you're playing as Batman, he beats up criminals. He manhandles them. He will take one hand and he will just, by the foot, and he'll just hang him off the ledge of a building. He is that strong, okay? And that man is what? Probably what? Maybe 200 pounds or more? That's a heavy dude. With one arm? Yeah, that requires physical strength. So now, like I said, who knows what this movie's gonna be? It could be more of a detective flick. But if that's the case, you still, like, people are gonna, because what was the one thing people said about Ben Affleck's Batman? They were like, well, we love the fighting. So I think one of the biggest issues that this movie could have because of something like that is because, okay, well, what about the fighting? Is it going to be realistic? Is it going to be as good as it was in BVS, for example, even though that was a bit brutal? But you get what I'm saying. You got to be physically appearing to look like he could really do something. Like if he backclaws a tank and he throws it at some villain, you need to look at his arms and his body and be like, yeah, he could do that. He's that buff. He's that strong. He's that agile. He's that fast. So you gotta really, I think the issue is going to be about, does he look like he could do that in the film? And I think that's going to be the biggest issue when it comes to, like I said, depending on what they do. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think it is stupid and selfish. It really is a stupid and selfish thing. Because if someone says to me, you're playing as Batman, Mike, you're going to be Batman, I would do my absolute best to get in shape, learn how the character is in the comics, know how to basically play as them, know their role, learn how to be the character, essentially. Like I feel like, you know, when you're taking on a comic book character, you should do your best to act like the character from the comic books. Again, I know that a lot of people like to argue with me, like to say, well, you know, they don't always have to be comic book accurate. That's true. You can have your own little spins on things, of course. But what I'm just trying to say is, it's the idea that you respect the character enough to where you're like, okay, the character needs to be like this, but I have enough wiggle room to be like this. So you can have little changes, little spins, but as long as you're respecting the character, as long as that you know exactly how the core of the character is supposed to be, and then you can then go ahead and knock yourself out. Have a little spin on it. But make sure you're respecting the core character. And that's my biggest issue with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. But like I said, this is not about Spider-Man, it's about Robert Pattinson's Batman. But yeah, that stupid and selfish. He really needs to step up if he's gonna do that role. 11. If it is possible, could you do a review of the original Amazing Spider-Man comics by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko? Yes, I would love to review the original comic books. However, I just don't think I'm ready for it yet. I feel like I need more time. But don't get me wrong. Reviewing comic books has been something I've been wanting to do. I think I've been thinking about it since... God, I think I've been thinking about it since before Homecoming came out. It's been that long. It's been like over 3 years. I've been thinking about wanting to do it. I just haven't done it because I don't really want to do it yet. I feel like I'm not ready yet. And then if I review the comics, how am I going to review them? Am I going to buy the book and then review it? Or am I going to maybe get it online, or am I going to do the illegal way online? So I've been trying to figure out ways of how I would do that. So, because I have a lot of comic books, but of course I don't have every single book. Now, as far as Spider-Man, have I read pretty much all of them? Yeah. But when it comes to like other stuff like Batman and Superman and the DC Marvel universes, that's different. That's really different. And I just realized that it's pouring outside right now. It's just raining. All right, let's move on. Number 12, what do you think of the official title for Venom 2? It is called Venom, Let There Be Carnage. It sounds good. I wish they just said Venom Carnage or something like that. They could have said Venom v Carnage, Venom versus Carnage or something like that. But the title itself sounds fine. It's fine with me. It's not a big deal. It's a little long, but it's fine. All right, number 13. What do you think? What do you think should be the plot for the sequel for Spider-Man PS4? It should be what they teased in their last game. So what? They want to do Venom. They want to do something with Harry, with Osborn. You know, do what you teased in the last game. You can add things to it, but I'm just saying, make sure you show off some of the things you teased at the end of the first game. Now, I thought about it. I didn't even know if I was gonna answer this question, because I don't even plan on buying the game, because I don't really care about it anymore. I'm opting out. I really don't want to have any part of the new games moving forward, which is a good thing for my wallet, but a bad thing for my YouTube. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if I just play as Spider-Man, Peter Parker, maybe. But I don't want to play as MJ. I don't want to play as Miles. Miles is getting his own game. You might as well just give me a full-on Peter Parker / Spider-Man game then. Do not give me Spider-Man and Friends. You know what I mean? Don't give me that. I don't want that. Because that's what Marvel Spider-Man, the first game, kind of was. Which is why I haven't even thought about what the plot could be or should be in the next game. Because I don't really care. Unfortunately. So, whatever. That's just me. Alright, let's move on. Number 14. Do you think that Spider-Man should be getting some animated movies like how DC is doing with Batman? Now, I answered this question on paper, you know, because I write it down. I answered the question on paper. I wrote yes. Of course, Spider-Man should get a DC movies treatment where they make animated movies of him, which sounds cool. Here's the problem. That's way... I don't know. I said yes. Like, I think that would be cool because it would give us more different versions of Spider-Man, or we could get maybe not different versions of Spider-Man. Of course, different versions, but like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I want to say yes, but I don't know how I feel about it. So the answer is yes, but there's a but in there. Like, I kind of need it to be a certain way. I just don't know what way yet. So the answer is yes, but that's it. All right, so number 15. I think Daniel Padcliffe, the actor who played Harry Potter, can make a good Peter Parker / Spider-Man in a movie. If he used his American accent, what do you think? No, I don't want to see Harry Potter play Spider-Man. No, thank you. Number 16. What is the best quote from any Spider-Man movie and why? This was hard, and the reason why it was hard because when I was answering this question, I knew if I answered this question, I had to remember the quotes. And it's been a while since I actually sat down and watched the Raimi movies or the Webb movies, even the Homecoming and Far From Home movies. So I kind of copped out, and I said the line with, you know, I copped out. I was like, I don't got nothing. I'll just be lazy and say, you know, what Uncle Ben tells Peter, with great power comes great responsibility. I copped out, but, you know, it's a great line. It was awesome. Terrific. He delivered that perfectly. He delivered a line that is so comic booky, and he made it sound so real. He pulled it into reality and made it real, and it felt great. But yeah, that's what I would say. I feel like if I actually went back and watched all the movies, I would probably have a more unique quote. But for now, I copped out. I just said that one, so forgive me. All right, almost done. All right, number 17. Who would win in a fight? Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, or Tom Holland Spider-Man? And why your choice can defeat the other two Spider-Men? I feel like you guys are already going to know what I'm going to say, but I have an excuse. So obviously I'm going to pick Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. But here's why. Because Tobey Spider-Man has been Spider-Man longest. He has been Spider-Man the longest. Therefore, he has more experience. Therefore, experience can beat it. Experience can beat the same levels of power. So, because if you know what you're doing, then you have an easier time fighting. Now, obviously, because this is 3 different Spider-Men, this is just more of a battle of wits, I feel like, at the end of the day, which is why I feel like this Spider-Man would win. Because they have enough experience, enough time in the field. Because what? Andrews was, 2 years? And then, what? Tom Holland's was, maybe a few months? So, yeah. If I was to tell you who would win and who would lose first and last, Tom's gonna lose first. Tom Holland is straight up gonna lose first. He's gonna be immediately kicked out of the fight. Andrews, it would be between Tobey's and Andrews, and Tobey's is gonna win because he has more experience. He's got more time under his belt, and Andrew's gonna run out of webs. Organic webs, remember? Tobey Spider-Man's got organic webs. He's gonna win. That's how he's more experienced. He's not gonna run out of webs. He's just gonna win the fight. There's nothing else I can really add on there. But that's gonna be an interesting debate in the comments, I'm sure, if people made it this far. All right, so number 18. What do you think of the rumors of Tom Holland playing a young Nathan Drake in the Uncharted live-action movie? And do you think that Tom Holland can play Ben 10 in a live-action Ben 10 movie? Okay. I'm not a fan of Tom Holland playing as Nathan Drake. He's too young. I feel like they should get someone. He's too skinny too. Tom Holland's too skinny. You need someone who is at least medium-sized built. Because Nathan Drake was not a small guy. Nathan Drake was a pretty... Well, I'm not going to say buff. He wasn't buff, but he was, medium-sized. Kind of like me. I'm medium-sized. I'm not too big. I'm not too small. I'm like a medium-sized. And then, so I'm not a fan of that. And then the other question he asked, do you think that Tom Holland can play Ben 10 in a live-action Ben 10 movie? Yes, because I think that he is at a good age where he could. He's at a good age. He's at a good body type. And, yeah, I think he could do a good Ben 10 if the writing was good. So yeah. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Spider-Man Unknown's questions. Took me this long to get here. Okay, so how would you rank the DCEU movies? Alright. So I've only seen 6 DC movies, or DCEU movies. So we're going to start from the bottom, and then we're going to go to number... So we're going to start from 6, and then we're going to go to number 1. Justice League, because Justice League was just the worst one. Suicide Squad. So number 5, Suicide Squad. Number 4, Wonder Woman. Number 3, Shazam. Number 2, Man of Steel. And then number 1, Batman v Superman. So that's how I would rate them. That's my personal ratings for those movies. Man of Steel and Batman v Superman was a tough one for me. I ended up giving Batman v Superman the win because, I don't know, I really liked it. It's kind of funny because if you go back and watch my old videos, when the movie first came out, I did not like it, but over time I started to like it, and then I didn't like it again, and then I liked it again now. So yeah, I flip-flopped with that movie a lot, which was really weird. Really weird. But it's true. Alright, number 20. So, what's better, Infinity War or Endgame? Infinity War. We all can agree on that. But who knows? Maybe some people like Endgame more. Alright, so the last question. Are you ever going to be a movie director or a comic book writer? A long time ago, I thought yes, that I was going to do that. I went to college for it. That's what I thought I was going to do. Then that wasn't the case. I ended up changing it and never went through with it. So probably not. It's probably not going to happen. But sometimes I do think that sometimes I do want to be. Sometimes I do want to, because I think about all the little things that I've created, like the How I Would Have Made It videos. It's a good example, because I like to take, movies, or I like to take, or I like to make sequels to things, and I like to make it better, or I like to, add things that are interesting, or... So yeah, I think that I could be a great comic book director, or like a movie director, comic book writer, not comic book director. What the fuck is a comic book director, Mike? But yeah, I think I could have been pretty good, but I don't think it's for me anymore. I think I've kind of grew out of that phase. Does that mean I grew out of the How I Would Have Made It videos? Oh no, I love making those, but because I already got another one coming soon. But yeah, probably not. So, that being said, thank you guys for all the questions. If you guys have any more questions for me, make sure to leave them. If you guys want me to answer questions in the next video, make sure you put them in the bottom of, put them in the bottom of the comments in this video. Don't put them in, other videos. Make sure they're in the Q&A videos, because that's the rules. It's how we do things around here. So that being said, 28 minutes, goddamn. So anyway, thank you for watching this long-winded video, and I'm out of here, up, and away. See you guys.